Here are the 5 best oversold stocks to buy from October 2023. Yes, we like to revisit the past. We think that is so important when you are a research provider. You want to go back and revisit what you were saying whenever the times were toughest. Hey, I'm Luke Downey. I am with MAPsignals and I'm covering our latest insights piece, and it is great. So to go into how we pick stocks, let's go ahead and do a little bit of a history lesson. So we got to go back 1500 years ago, and the Druids, this is a human race that was very into crystal balls, right? So they would look into this glass-like material, and then they would imagine they could see the past, and more importantly, that they could predict the future, right? So fortune telling was very big years ago. It's not so big now, but as it relates to markets, people always want to know the future. So here's how we predicted, I guess, or at least used data to forecast 5 of the best oversold stocks from 2023. What happened in October 2023? The big money index went oversold. Why is this such a big deal? Because we can look back historically, and here's the BMI in blue. This is the forward S&P 500 after we go oversold relative to what the market tends to do in these periods. So 1 week, it outperforms. 1 month, 3 month, out to 1 year. So basically when stocks are oversold, right, and nobody wants to buy them, that's usually a great time to be investing in stocks. So we knew back in October that this was a great database time to be putting capital to work. And so here are the 5 stocks that we outlined for our subscribers. We talked about NVIDIA, right? Great semiconductor firm. This was not the household, AI-driven theme that we're hearing about today. Microsoft, right? Huge software company. I've owned it for years. Outstanding company. Also, another great company that we recommend was semiconductor firm Lam Research. Ticker is LRCX. That's also another name that I have owned for a number of years. Footwear maker Deckers Corp, DECK, and then cosmetic superstar company is Ulta Beauty, ticker ULTA. So Big Money Index went oversold on October 9th. We recommended these on October 9th. And as you guys remember, the market actually hit its low October 27th. So we were a couple weeks early, but here's the returns 1 month later. All of these stocks were up on average 8.6%. And through March 4th, 2024, when I ran the data, these stocks were up an average of 59.4%. In fact, Microsoft was the worst performer at 26%. Here's the deal. The fact that we were able to find these great stocks is one thing, but how we knew to bet on these is the important factor. And for that, I want you to know the 3 things that we look for at MAPsignals. So this is kind of behind the cloak here. We want to be looking for the consistent revenue growth. Number 2, consistent earnings growth. And then number 3, which makes us very unique, is the institutional support. All 5 of these companies had those 3 traits looking back historically. And so here's a great example. And we're using the crystal ball, right? We got Maria looking into the top 20s, but this is Microsoft, okay? So if we go all the way back to 2015, these blue lines, those are every time that it was a top ranked stock. It was showcased in our data every single week. And that's dozens and dozens of times. And so when the market was oversold during this white line, which looks like a blip, right? People were going crazy during that, but it's just a blip. If you look back historically at where the institutions were betting, right, then you can make the bet that, hey, once the rally kicks in, this stock is probably going to be one of those growth-oriented names that they're going to be piling back into. This chart and all the great stock charts that we've ever found have this same look. So whether it's Ulta, whether it's Deckers, whether it's Lam Research, or whether it's NVIDIA, they all have these institutional footprints, and that is what is key. While we may sit here and we're talking about, oh, the market could do this, the market could do that next week, do not misinterpret the important message. We are in business to find outlier companies like the 5 that we just mentioned, and we do it every single week. The process doesn't change. If you guys click inside of the description, you can go to this landing page, and I actually have the audio update that we sent to members describing the fundamentals that we like about each of these stocks. It is powerful stuff. We know it's not popular to look back at research. We know people don't like to look back, but we find that is so incredible. And again, we don't have crystal balls. We do have incredible data. You guys, tell us what you think. If you have some great stocks you want us to cover, drop them in the comments. Otherwise, we're just going to keep spreading the good word. You guys stay bullish. Talk to you later.